Welcome to the Denim and Pearls podcast. Business casual conversation laced with pearls of wisdom. Casual, authentic, unscripted dialogue about life, work, and entrepreneurship with the perfect blend of laughter and seriousness. Pull up a chair, kick back, and lean in as we welcome your hosts, Michelle Mross and Brian Swanson.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Michelle. How are you?
You're really loud. Welcome to Denim and Pearls. My name is Michelle Mross.
And I'm Brian Swanson.
And we are Denim and Pearls. We are business casual.
With pearls of wisdom.
From the porch or wherever we happen to be. I happen to be in Dallas right now. And where are you?
I'm at home. So I'll move my mic away a little bit. There we go. Is that a little bit better?
Yeah, because you're hurting my ear. So,
okay.
What's our topic today?
Today's topic is fun because I call it Hot Stepper. Okay, if you go back in time into the 90s, there's this song called Hot Stepper that was all about fashion and being at the top of your game and looking good and doing all those kind of things. And our special guest today is here to tell us exactly how they can do that. So I figured that's a really good way to do that. Her logo's down in the corner if you're watching on the video. Her logo's down in the corner, and we'll bring her on here in a little bit. But first, you want to take us through our sponsors?
You might want to say that before you put on the thing, because now I'm behind, so now we have to wait.
Oh, is it coming now?
Yeah, you can't tell me to read them and then already have them going. So ibuildseo.com, that's our mid-roll sponsor. You'll hear more about that at mid-roll. Then A2promos.com is A squared promos, actually. So A2 promos does all of our swag needs. And then ink182.com is all of the embroidery and screen printing needs. If you want a t-shirt, a jacket, a bag, whatever it is. Then we have europeanheels.com /discount/Marcel. And that's all of my pretty Italian cork shoes. And then, of course, we have embellishedbutterfly.com, who does all my bling out things and the cups that I tend to wear and the cups that have all the blingy stuff on it. And Brian, where can they find us?
They can find us at DenimAndPearlsLive.com, or you can find us on YouTube and Facebook and all those other kind of things, and like and share and follow. You know, I think everybody knows the story on that. And then, of course, if you want to hear just the audio, you can always hit up Spotify, Apple, all those main ones. Download them to your phone and listen to them. And then when we say, hey, Siri, play Denim and Pearls, you'll get to listen to Denim and Pearls. So awesome. We had somebody come in here. Helene's here. Hello, Helene. So good. So shall we get on into it? Would you like to introduce Patsy, or shall I?
Well, to say you have her bio, but I do want to say with Patsy, I met her at Angel Tussie's media mastery boot camp here out in Orlando, Florida. And I saw her putting colors up next to people, and she was stopping people and, putting up color swatches next to them. I'm like, what in the world is this lady doing? And I told her, I saw what she did. I saw a couple women wearing one thing, and then she draped another color, and I saw them change. And I'm like, people in the business world and the entrepreneurial world, we are our walking billboards. We are our business. And if you're not showing up, people pick colors for their brand, and they don't realize that you're going to wear that color next to you. So although it might be a pretty color, if you don't look good in that color, then it kind of affects you. So I asked Patsy to join us on Denim and Pearls, because I know she is a very huge attribute to anyone who owns a business, because how you show up is how people recognize your ability to help them. So Brian, introduce Patsy.
With walking around with paint strips and stuff like that, I thought we were painting our house. I would have had no idea about changing the color of your clothes.
Paint strips?
Yeah, those paint samples things that, it's got all the colors on it. You go to the hardware store and you go, this is the color I want for my bedroom.
She had material and she was holding it up to
people. I'm a guy. What can I say?
You're a guy who doesn't care. There are a lot of men who do care. And I saw her help a man in the hallway. He came up and he had all these different clothes, and she went through and mismatched and paired him up. And he was so excited because he looked sharp as heck when he walked away from her. And so that's why I invited her, because, me, people make a decision. I always say this: people make a decision on you in under the first 3 seconds that they meet you. So you can never make another first impression. So make it a good one. So Brian, please introduce our guest today.
I was going to say, you did a fantastic job. I'm just going to bring her on, and she can tell us the rest of the story. How's that?
Okay.
All right. Welcome in, Patsy.
Hi, guys. Nice to see everybody.
Thanks for joining us, Patsy. But as I was telling our audience,
hysterical.
You were helping people on the spot inside of a conference room. I'm like, you need to come onto our show.
Thank you. I so appreciate the invite. And we just had a lot of fun together at that event, didn't we?
I think we did.
Yeah, it was great. Great.
So Patsy,
Brian is under the impression that you can't help men or men won't care, but men do care. I saw you helping someone out there, but
hey, I get my nails done.
That's good. But you probably don't wear any color on them.
Well, you know what? I was actually just reading, and this is totally sidestepping everything. I was just reading the other day that nail polish actually started with men back in the 13th century.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, nail polish was a man thing. It's just until modern day that we've come up with the fact that it's a woman's thing.
You do know men also were the ones who wore nylons and stockings and heels and wigs, right?
Yeah.
Robin Hood and tights.
The women were too busy working.
Yes.
To deal with it. The men were
Slaving
the ones
away.
So Brian, just want to FYI, if you want to go down that route, you're going to get pounded. So
I've got plenty of defense, but it's not my story to tell today. Patsy, tell us about you. Internationally renowned hairstylist, expert at everything. So give us a little bit of history there.
Well, let me just share a little bit with you. I am known as an image style expert and a master hairstylist and a speaker because I really have done hair forever, like 4+ decades to say the least. And I always loved doing hair, I just think I have the best job in the world, helping people look amazing, feel amazing, walk in slumped, they leave with their hair done and they're walking out with style and attitude. And so I've always loved that. And then early in the 80s, they started doing color typing and having people dressed in their seasons. And, so I had that done and I thought, this is amazing. I really wanted people to look good and feel good and to know what to buy when you go shopping. So back then they matched your hair, skin, and eye colors and helped you look nice. And I did that off and on for 10 years out of my salon, added that part as one of the services, but then it kind of went away. Then about 6 years ago, I moved to a new area and had to start over. Really one of the most challenging things I ever did. Start over in a salon, get new clients, meet new people. It was a challenge to say the least. And so I got into networking, trying to meet people. And I realized when people ask me, well, what do you do as a hairdresser? What makes you different? And there was a salon in every corner here. Like, it was so hard. And I thought, well, what do I do? And I thought, I wonder if I add color typing back in like I did before, that would set me apart, really help people look good. And so I went and got recertified in Color Me Beautiful, doing the matching everything. But it wasn't going so hot. And so the part that you probably don't know about me that I'll share is that when I moved to the new area, I weighed 250 pounds. Very unhappy with how I looked and who I was being and just miserable. But I dieted off and on my whole life. I didn't know what to do next. And somebody introduced me to a 12-step program for food. So I went and oh my gosh, it changed my life. I went from a size 2022 to a 6'8" in about 8 months. And I've been that way for 13 years and staying active in the program because I'm needing to be there. And it just helps me be aligned with who I want to be. So I started my own retransformation then. And during this program, I met another woman who lost a lot of weight and she was a speaker trainer. And so part of her business is she has all of her clients color typed before she even starts working with them. Like, they don't get on her stage unless they look amazing or aligned from inside out, really embracing who they were born to be. And so I'm in her program, and I'm coming. She's invited me to come to one of her trainings to be the hairdresser to work with her stylist. And she said she'd try to get us together and we should meet. And I said, oh, great, I'd love to meet her. So in the old system, I was what's called a winter. I wore black, jewel tones, striking, bold colors. And
I actually, believe it or not, I do remember all of that. I got a little information in my background, but yeah, I do remember the spring, summer, winter, fall, the colors. And then April 20th, nothing changed, or April 1st, whatever, nothing changes till spring. And yeah, I remember all of that stuff.
Yeah, there you go. So in this program, her stylist had something called the element typing system. So she would say, Patsy, every element has a shape when it comes to the hairstyle. So can you touch? So I would trim their hair like she'd wanted. She goes, oh, this is great. Then my friend Susan said to me, hey, Patsy, Barbara will color type you for helping us do this. I said, oh no, I look good. I look fine. She goes, really, Patsy? You've been complaining to me that things aren't going so well. Wonder if what you're wearing is keeping people from working with you. Well, I knew in that split second, I could be open to possibilities, or I could keep struggling and be a little bit vulnerable. I said, fine, I just don't want to be a fire. Well, I ended up being a fire, which means I wore fall colors, and I was not a happy camper. I thought, I don't get this. So Barbara explained to me, her stylist, she said, Patsy, let me tell you what's different about this system. This system really encapsulates the whole person, like the natural gifts they were born with, their natural character traits, how they're shown up in the world, the gifts they do already, how they use them, their physical features. And when we draped you in the different fabrics and textures, and your eyes lit up like we saw the window of your soul, you cannot believe how beautiful you looked. And I started crying. I thought, well, what's the matter with me? I had no idea what that meant. She said, it's really about, the fire character trait is a mover and shaker that gets stuff done. She goes, when Susan told me you started a recovery retreat, you do this, you do that. She goes, I just get tired about all the energy you have. She said, let's do this. Let's just go shopping in a consignment store. You buy a few tops and wear them. And if people don't treat you differently, you don't have to do this. You can keep wearing what you've got on. Well, fine, I'll do that. Well, every time I wore one of those new tops to work, my clients would say to me, gee, Pat, you look really pretty today. Or, gee, Pat, you looked really nice today. The guy at the grocery store said, hey, lady, you look nice today. I'm thinking, how does he know? Like, I didn't get it. When I met her, I had dark brown hair and purple highlights. And I'm just wearing a different color top in the color I should be wearing. And I'm getting compliments. But then about a week later, the salon owner came up to me. She goes, what are you doing different lately? You look amazing. I thought, crap, this works. How does this work? So I got trained by her. She got very ill. I managed her business for a couple of years while she was trying to get her health back in line. And about 4.5 years ago, she sold me the business. So she knew, because she knew that I loved it so much. I was, I don't know if you remember when California had the big fires about 4.5 years ago. Mm-hmm. Susan, my speaker coach, and I lived 6 miles from each other, and she lost everything she had, and we had to evacuate 3 times. And I had all of Barbara's products in my house. And after the first time of evacuating, I came back and I said, Bud, I can't afford to replace all these, tubs of fabrics and all these things that we do to put these beautiful fans together. And so we hand make every one of these personal color fans.
Paint samples.
Modern paint samples for you, Brian. Anyway, I loaded up all that stuff in the back of my husband's truck and in my car, and we actually evacuated 2 more times. And at the end of that week, I wrote to her and I said, look, either you sell me the business or you come get it, because I do not want the responsibility anymore. I've been trying to save your legacy, and this is just too overwhelming. She wrote me back and she said, if you hold it around for a week, energetically, it already belongs to you. So the business wasn't really doing very well, and I knew it needed to be updated and upgraded. And so we negotiated on a price, and I started changing that. I put together a training program. I created these little booklets up here that go along with the color fan. That's called, your style guide. It tells you, what colors to wear and why you would wear them, and then what glasses you should wear, and what jewelry and what makeup, and like how you put yourself together. And I have a special one I designed for the guys: what watches, what ties, what links. Like, it's really about who you are from head to toe, right?
Okay, well, we need to roll into a commercial, but
Good.
Before we go into the commercial, I want to kind of switch over from where you came from, kind of deal, and look at the fact, because what you told me here is not just a matter of how you dress, it's a matter of how you bring out your personality and your soul from inside, as opposed to just looking pretty in spring, summer, winter, fall kind of thing. So let's hit that after the commercial, and we'll see you here in just a bit.
Contractors, do you need better cash flow, quality leads, better projects? Rise above your competition by proving you do better work. Make a solid first impression with strong reviews. Establish your credibility by showcasing your skills. Extend your reach so you can land better jobs with better clients. iBuild SEO will set you up for success with your search engine optimization, website development, social media marketing, content marketing, reputation management, review request system with the power of more, utilizing the construction contractors digital dominance method. Book your time to speak with us today at ibuildseo.com and click on the Get Started Now button.
Thank you for joining us on the porch. We share the nuances and lessons we've garnered from throughout our combined 40 years of life experiences. Talk from the porch is always serious, but full of laughter, and we're glad you're here with us. Like, share with a friend, and please subscribe to our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. And remember, join the conversation every Friday at noon Mountain Time. We'll see you on the porch.
We're back.
Welcome back to Denim and Pearls. My name is Michelle Moraz.
And I'm Brian Swanson.
And we are Denim and Pearls, Pearls of Wisdom. Well, business casual.
Business casual with pearls of wisdom from the porch.
So,
and today we've got a really great show, but there's two things that kind of happened in the background while we were on commercial there. Helene wants to know if you've got M&Ms.
No.
No M&Ms today? And Marcel says, how the heck are you?
No. Helene is asking Marcel, how are you?
Oh, yeah, I misread that.
Yes. And then Marcel said, congratulations to Patsy for her weight loss journey and for taking control of her life again.
Yeah, and there's Marcel.
As we have Patsy come on, I want to address, well, do you want me to do the sponsors again?
Yeah, I can give them to you, certainly.
Okay, so thank you to iBuildseo.com. Those are midrow 82promos.com. That's for all of your swag needs. You know what swag is, keychains, cozies, you name it. Then ink182.com is all of your screen printing and embroidery needs. So if you want to put them on shirts, jackets, hats, you name it, they do them all. Embellishbutterfly.com for those special gifts for those special people in your lives. And then EuropeanHeels.com /discount/Marcel for if you need really classy, beautiful, comfortable shoes that you can wear all day long.
What was that movie, Comfortable Shoes?
I have no idea.
I think it was like Good Morning Vietnam or something. I don't remember. Anyhow, and of course, follow us, like us, and subscribe over on YouTube and Rumble and all those other favorite podcasting platforms, if you will. The other thing, too, we haven't quite hit yet, but I'll throw this out here while we're in it, is Patsy's EmbraceYourEssence.CoachesConsole.com. That's going to have a lot of her stuff, and I'm sure she'll talk about it later. So you want to bring her back in?
You've got the buttons. I'm a guest today.
There she is.
Okay, so welcome back, Patsy Sanders. And what we want to talk about right now is embracing your essence, because with our business people out there who are watching, and well, it's not just for business, it's for everybody. First impressions, you can never make you can never make a second first impression. And one of the talks I do as an international speaker is I talk about amplifying or magnifying amplifying your magnetism and making the best impression and coming forward with your best self. And one of the best things to do when people make that 30-second impression on you is to look, walk, talk, everything in your best mode. And that is why I invited Patsy to join Brian and I on Denim and Pearls, because every one of you in our audience needs to walk in your best version of you. And when people see you, it's more than just walking, it's your body, your body language. But part of your body language is the color you're wearing. And when you're wearing a color that makes you feel amazing, or your hair is amazing, and all of that together is amazing, you walk with a confidence which draws more people to you quicker. So, Patsy, let's get into the importance of how you work from them from head to toe, from hair to color to clothes, right? Because you do the color matching, you also have with the hair, but there's also more with, I remember I'm going to go way back. In the 80s, every girl I knew wore blue eyeshadow. Yep. You remember that? In the 80s, it was like slather of blue. And I remember thinking, you shouldn't wear that. But it was the in thing to do. So, Patsy, how do you deal with that when people do? I've always worn this color. Like
before she answers, I want to throw in a little piece of that, another piece of that. You and I were talking about the other day, Michelle. It was about Love's Baby Soft. Everybody, blue eyeshadow and Love's Baby Soft. Does scenting go? I'm asking this as a continuation to Patsy. Does scenting also with this concept of what you're dealing with?
Scenting. Well, basically, I think he's saying, like, you know how all these little boys nowadays are all wearing Axe body spray, where you can smell them before you see them, or even though they're in the room, you're like, oh my goodness.
So does that play a part in this whole picture of what you deal with?
Okay, so this is the perfect segue, because I want you to know that people don't know really who they are. They're trying to fit in from young to getting older, right? We all want to look good. We all want to feel confident and, kind of doing that kind of thing. And I love that, Michelle, you talk about, people do make an assessment about you in the first 3 to 5 seconds, according to Harvard Business School, and 50% on what you're wearing. Mm-hmm. Now, that says that what you wear really matters. And that's what I talk about when I work with people, is because it's what you wear that looks amazing on you. It's not what the latest fashion is. I'm not the stylist that takes you out and, buys new things for you and then changes out your wardrobe, because it isn't sustainable. It's not what we are going to do. And it's who you're being and what you're wearing and how you're feeling about how you look. So,
and Marcel just said a comment about that. Just because it's in, put it back up. Just because it's in doesn't mean it looks good on everyone. No. You have to be your own judgment when it comes to that kind of thing.
Well, and the other thing, just because you like it doesn't mean it likes you.
Oh, right? Come on. I like hot pants and bikini tops.
You can wear whatever you want, Michelle. I'm just sharing with you. The part that I think is really amazing is this. There's 4 different elements, right? So I'll tell you what they are, and then I'm going to talk about the power of the character trait of that element. And so there's 4 different elements, and we have all 4 of them in us, the character traits. Air is kind of the bright spring colors. They're the visionary. They're the one that has all these great ideas, and they sometimes have a hard time focusing, and they're brilliant, right? You see a lot of artists and a lot of people do design. That's their core element. Then there's the water. And their color palette has got gray added to it. And so it's softer, more muted, and kind of flowy. Their natural gift is they're the organizer, and they love the details, right?
Wait, slow down. I'm trying to type it. So their element types. And the first one was air.
Air, and they're the visionary. The water is they like process and order. The fire is the mover and shaker, and we get stuff done. Everybody wants a fire in their team. Susan, my speaker trainer, has 3 fires that work on her team, because she's the visionary. She's an air, and she knows what needs to be done next. And then she tells us to do it, and we get it done. Then the last one is earth. And Earth is the editor. And they're the person that sits back and kind of analyzes what is missing and how do we bring this to completion. So if you think about that, all those character traits is stuff that we use in life every day or in our business. Sometimes you have so many ideas, you have to write them down, you have to walk them out, you have to do it. There are days that you just have to do the dang books, right? The process and the order and the details. And then there's times you just have to get out there and try it. Go do it, right? Just get off your duff and give it a shot. It's not about failing. It's about, is it working? And then sometimes something isn't working. So I found that sometimes you have to step back and think, what's missing here? Maybe get some guidance. So let me just tell you this little story. This is what we share a lot with people when I'm doing a presentation is this. Let's say we get all four of the element people together. So the air goes, hey, let's build a house, paint it yellow, have a white picket fence and flower boxes. The water goes, okay, let's go to the bank. Let's get the contractor and let's get the plot. The fire goes, I got the hammer. Let's build this. And they build it and get it done. The earth come in and goes, okay, that wall's the wrong color and we have to fix the molding here. And that doesn't work over there. So they can bring things to completion. So I find that in my business. Like I did a thing the other day and it didn't go. It didn't fly. And I sitting back, I'm out thinking, what was it that didn't work really well? So we have all four of those character traits in our life, character traits, but you have a core primary element that's of that character trait that you look amazing in that color palette. Mine happens to be fire. So let me just share this one experience that happened. So I get color typed, I embrace my fire, and I'm going to go assist at my speaker friend's event, and I'm going to help in the back of the room. And another girl is the image stylist, and I'm just there to be of support. I'm not. So fires are kind of out there, kind of sassy, sexy, kind of, and I didn't want to bring that energy to the room. So these color palettes are based in the energetics and the harmonics of color. So I find a blouse that is a flesh tone in one of these colors here, right there. And I read in my booklet, what is the energy of a flesh tone? And the energy of a flesh tone is closest to your skin color. It creates trust and approachability and intimacy. So people feel like they can approach you, like they can trust you. I thought, well, that's what I want. I'm working in the back of the room. I'm going to, hand people their books and answer questions. So I wanted to bring that energy to the room. And I found a little duster that went with it. So I wear it the first day and the other stylist comes in. She goes, Patsy, you look luscious today. I said, I do? She said, yes. I wore that same outfit 3 weeks later to a network event. And I had a lady come up and say to me, Patsy, you look radiant tonight. I never said a word before. I started to understand the energy of colors. So color is magic. It's an influencer. It's a silent influencer. Think about it, Brian. You didn't get dressed today unless you thought, oh, I like this shirt and it feels good on. And you know what I mean? You thought about
I wanted to know what was going to work on camera too. So,
but Michelle thought about what she feels good in, what she likes to wear. Like color really does influence every area of our life. We don't buy hardly anything without thinking about the color. But color.
What is your general advice? I mean, because we're running down here, but what's your general advice in a generic kind of a way for anybody that's maybe listening?
I'm so glad you asked because I brought some show and tell stuff. When I do podcasts,
so we want to do element types, air, who are visionaries. What's an example of air? Is that what you're going to do?
Well, no, I'm going to show you colors that are everybody can wear.
Oh, so, okay.
Here's eggplant. Earth is the only element that can wear black successfully. So the rest of us need to have a power color, and this is our color. So everybody can wear eggplant successfully. And it is a power color, which means you're the expert. You walk in the room, people know you got it.
I'm thinking of my jacket, Michelle.
This color is called teal, right? Everybody can wear teal. This is a dynamic, and this is the color that people remember you. It brings action and enthusiasm, right? And another color that's come out that's pretty good is called like evergreen. So evergreen is another power color. It's a powerful color, but it's soft and not so intimidating, right? So here's a color for air. They get this bright spring color palette. Here's a color for water, soft and muted, right? Here's black. That's what I wore all the time, and I was hiding in plain sight and had no idea. That's the energy I was putting out. But this is really my color. This is olive green. And when I put this color on, I get compliments all day long. So I'm wearing a teal top, right? So
what the power colors for everyone was evergreen, eggplant, and what?
Teal. Like the color I have on in my blouse. So everybody looks good in. So another tip is this. If you're going to be on Zoom and you're doing a lot of Zoom things, don't wear black, don't wear white, and don't wear bold colors. Wear solid colors, because people will look at you and not be distracted by what you're wearing. To be honest, if you wear white and the light reflects it, you actually look bigger. When you're wearing black and it's not your color, energetically you're showing up, but people can't connect with you. So you want them to connect. So wear medium color tones. Easier access. So
I'm really curious, out of all the different types, who can wear white?
Pure white is earth. But everybody gets a shade of white depending on the tone. Everybody gets a red. So every one of these color palette strips have a purpose. And on the back, it tells you what they are. And when I have my classes, I started a new thing where I do a 4-week academy. People sign up and we get to work together in a group and we go through and I teach you how to do every segment. Or if I work with you personally, I help you do every segment. But every strip here has a purpose. You get to choose the energy you want to bring to the room, time of year you're going to wear it. It's just the most amazing thing I've ever done. It's like,
we have to ask, where's purple fall in?
Purple is in all the color palettes. Everybody has a different tone.
Nice. Because like my wife, she's a purple fanatic. She loves purple. Okay. But she will not wear red because she's a redhead.
Well, it's probably not her color. Like there's a rusty red. Yeah. It's
so like with me, what we found out at the publicity playbook that I just came out of this past week, I looked amazing in white with a splash of red. I mean, like stunning. And it was a bright white with a blue red.
Well, that would be earth tones.
Mm-hmm.
But you look amazing. I watched you those 3 days we were together. You know what to wear. You know what you like. My question is, what if what you were wearing was in your color palette and people accessed you quicker and were drawn to you faster? And I feel like
Michelle doesn't have that problem.
No, she doesn't. She's the one going, but I'm just saying most people don't know what to buy. Shopping's a crapshoot today. I don't know if you've seen the styles for springs, but oh my God. So most of my clients hate to shop. Over 50% hate to shop. I make it easy. I help you build a wardrobe. I help you know how to build a wardrobe, how to shop and put together, and you feel good in it. Like when I started embracing my essence, I feel good in my own skin. Like I know how I look and I don't care what people think because now I know usually I get a compliment every single day wherever I go somewhere, right? Michelle's personality is such a magnet. You're right. She's amazing, right? But I know that there's times when she had one color on that she looked like, oh my gosh, your clothing shouldn't walk before you do. Not that is you, but I'm saying a lot of times our clothes are wearing us and we're not wearing our clothes.
Oh yeah. I did that for many, many years. And what I found with being, I think I'm an earth. I've always related to being a fire, but I think I'm an earth by the colors I can wear. I'll wear a beige. I mean, like the most neutral color you would think I would fade into the background and I pop more. And it's crazy. I'm like, I wore beige so I would fade in the background. They're like, yeah, no, you're popping. So I do that. I like what you said when you went to that event and you were trying to be quieter.
Yeah.
And then you still popped it. I did the same thing. I wore neutral. I think I wore it was almost like a cheetah pattern.
Yeah.
And it looked phenomenal on me. And I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't wear that anymore. too much.
Just to answer Brian, I had one guy that we worked with, Susan and I, in her program, and he was a fire, and he liked water shirts, and he wore them all the time, and he bought a bunch of fire shirts, and every time he would wear one, the women in the group would go, "Oh my God, you look great today," and so he would get on classes with her, and he would wear his old clothes. She goes, "I'm not talking to you until you go change your shirt," and he said, "You know what?" He said, I'm getting it. He said, "I'm kind of a slow learner. It's not whether I like the color or not. It's whether everyone else likes the color on me. Like it's who I'm being in my colors, not if I like it or not." And so I think it's confusing for a lot of people. And we shop for a lot of different reasons. I'll tell you, there's a lot of reasons we shop. And I've got a whole little thing I take people through.
Marcel says, "But I love to shop."
Well, but see, Marcel, Marcel is the one I get my heels from. She's the European heels lady. And one of the things
I want to meet her.
You do. You really need to meet her. Because one of the things I've also told her, not only did she put the shoes on me, but she's very good at dressing other people. Like you said, you do the colors, but you don't want to shop through their closet. This woman is really good at that kind of stuff. And so I think that you guys need to meet just because together you would be magical. She could be your Colorado side.
Well, and she's got a company with shoes. I would recommend my clients. Like I shop for my VIP clients and stuff, right? And yeah, and I do like doing I like doing it all because I see the transformations. I had one gal the other day that works in a large doctor's office, 27 doctors and 100 employees. She's in charge of it all. And she was going to go speak at an event, and we typed her, and she said the first day she wore her right colors, she had 5 compliments that day. She'd never had that many compliments in her life, let alone in one day. So, yeah, what you wear matters.
Well, that's the power of colors and clothes and feeling right in your skin. And anyone who watches or follows me knows I always say you need to understand yourself. You need to get to know yourself. Stop playing like you're somebody else. Stop looking at someone in a magazine and saying, "I want to be that." Find you, and then find someone like Patsy. Get a hold of Patsy at embracingyouressence.coachesconsole.com and say, "Hey, I saw you on Denim and Pearls and I need help." She can help you from no matter where you are in the world. It's a virtual world. And if you can just get your colors right, at least get close into that spectrum, it will change your world. My world has changed because I know what looks good on me. And not only do people see me better, but I feel better. And that is the basis of it all. Once you feel good, what did Billy Crystal say? It's better to look good than to feel good. No, you can actually feel good and look good at the same time. And that's what Patsy helps you do. So go to embracingyouressence.coachesconsole.com and reach out to Patsy because she can help you no matter where you are in the world.
Well, she also she sent it to me yesterday too. Going on, I think you got coming up you wanted to talk about. I put it down in the comments already.
Okay.
But you were talking about a webinar May 17th or something like that, I do believe.
No, I do a free complimentary webinar the first Wednesday of every month. And so this one's coming up at 4:00 on May 4th. And if you enroll and you can't attend, we send you the replay so you'll understand. So I go through and explain what each one of the color palettes are, how you use them, and what colors to wear when, and what does it mean to be typed in your essence and the changes that it can bring. So, and then from there, I have a 4-week academy that I take people through as a group. And each week they have an assignment that they go do. And it's a process. We take you through, transforming your wardrobe. There's a lot more to it than just buying a bunch of colors. Emotionally, I wasn't ready to change until I was ready to embrace, right? It was not an easy transformation for me. Like I was such a crankpot, but I thought about all the clothes I have in my closet and how many I to get rid of. But when I started wearing the colors, and I couldn't wait to get rid of those things because I didn't realize I was hiding. I didn't realize it was hard for people, and my business doubled in 2 years. People I'd met at network events now came up, wanted to work with me and get their colors done in the new Element system. Wow.
I'm also curious on another aspect too. we've made the decision up to this time in our life before having someone else like you in our life. Okay.
Yeah.
We've made the decision, maybe not such good decisions on our stuff. You've given us a little advice that can take us another step, but it takes somebody from the outside like you to really dig down into it and make that presentation even better. Correct?
Yeah. Well, this is the part that's amazing. I see your beauty. I see you at a soul level, like I see who you could be. And it's more about helping you be confident and approachable and feel attractive and beautiful. So you build a closet that you love to wear. I feel like your closet is investment in your business and your brand. Michelle's absolutely right. That closet is an investment. It's just not places to go shop and put stuff in there. It's really supporting who you're being in the world, drawing more people to work with you or be with you, even a lover. I mean, just people being around you. It's a gift when you're in your essence so people can connect. It really does. It makes such a huge difference. I could just tell you so many stories. But
So you're just telling me I have to rethink my tank tops and t-shirts.
Maybe.
Not maybe. Say yes. Please say yes.
Well, it would be fun to just, like I have a lot of guys that's made a big difference in their lives. Like it simplifies. You guys don't have to, you can wear a pair of jeans and a shirt. It's not like that for us, right? The fashion world said everybody should have a little black dress. My question is, why do you want to look like everybody else when you can stand out in the crowd? When you're noticed in a more dynamic way than wearing a stupid black dress where you're hiding. You don't have to fit in. Who are they? Do you know what I'm saying? I am so out to bust the fashion world. I'm sure they don't wear half the stuff that they put out. I don't know if you saw the look this spring. It's flouncy, layered, big fat dresses. And it's like, none of my people are going to wear that. Like it has to be your style.
It's better than yoga pants on some people. Okay. I mean,
and think about this. And this is the other thing that plays a huge part. We've been stuck at home. Everybody's put on 20 pounds or whatever, the COVID 20. And so then you feel less than, and you feel like you don't want to go shopping. But you know what? Every day we get up and we get dressed, and you're giving a message to the world by how you show up, whether it's on Zoom or you walk out the door, right? It's like, if you're wearing stuff you feel good about, it doesn't matter what size you are. Fashion is a look. It's not a size. It's not a name brand. It's not a price tag. And it's who you're being and what you're wearing.
Yeah, it's an attitude.
Just be you, right? And so my thing is I help people be their authentic, beautiful selves.
Thank you so much, Patsy, because we are at the end of our time. But thank you so much for just pouring into our audience and to everyone about, well, in our replay, by the way, for those of you who are watching us right now, please hit replay. Share it right now before we go off the air. Share it right now, because everyone needs to know what Patsy has and what she can bring to the table. Yes, it's great to have your hair done. Yes, it's great to buy clothes that you see on the book because it's pretty, but wear what fits you and will amplify your presence. In the business world, as we love to say, you are your brand, and location is you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Right. I so appreciate you guys having me on and having a chance to be able to share with other people. I can't wait to have Marcel get a hold of me.
Yes, definitely.
Call me at Patsy at embracingyouressence.com if you want to find out more. So, yeah.
Well, and definitely go, when we get off the air, go onto the chat right there on Denim and Pearls and put your, maybe put your email or whatever, however you want them to reach you out to you, your website, where you're all going to come through. But then you can friend people and go straight to them, because I think you and Marcel really need to meet.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Because she does other things that I think would align very well with you.
Yeah, you can message me too. Go to LinkedIn or whatever. I'd love to connect with anybody who wants to chat,
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Patsy. Appreciate it. It's been fun. I've learned a couple things myself, as always.
That's good.
So we will talk with you later.
Thank
you so much, Patsy. Have a great week and happy Easter.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. So you have watched Denim and Pearls, and we had our guest Patsy Sanders join us, and you can find her at, can you put her email, her website thing back up?
Her website thing, this one?
Yes, embracingyouressence.com. coachingconsole.com and reach out to her, because everyone needs to know what their colors really are. And as I wanted to share with Patsy, and I forgot to, is, you think of the personality traits. Brian and I have talked about, bank code and DISC and things like that. This is another layer of it. They kind of coincide, actually, but you want to find out those colors because you're presenting yourself as your business. So, Brian, you want to add anything?
I was trying to relate those, because when she was talking about Earth and I was trying to say, all right, do I know her next answer, what it's going to be?
Yeah.
The type, because it was still the red, green, blue. It was all that.
Fire is action, and DISC, it's is the inspire, is fire, and then what you say, natural, not natural. Earth is the nurturer. So those kind of things. So I'm mixing my types right now, but go to her and find out more about those colors, and then we'll find out how to share with you once you get yours. And you can say, hey, it works. You could write her and say, hey, it works.
And that was perfect timing, because she just sent me her email address, and there you go. I'm putting it across the screen. Patsy@embracingyuressence.com.
Okay. Yeah, she can't put in the chat, on the live chat. You have to do it on the actual post.
She said she couldn't. She'll have to go on to Facebook and do it.
Yeah. Well, because here on the live stream, you can't do it in the comments. It won't let you. You have to do it in Facebook. So it's okay. And then we will share this everywhere. So as you know, everybody, find us, like us, subscribe on YouTube, Facebook, and then, of course, go to all your favorite platform needs that you love to listen to your podcast on. My name is Michelle Moroz.
And I'm Brian Swanson.
We are Denim and Pearls. We are business casual.
With pearls of wisdom.
From the porch. We'll see you next
From
week.
all over the world.
Yeah.
Our porch is very large and expansive.
I don't have my glasses, so.
Okay. Anyhow, peace out.